Hello, and welcome to Shrink, the podcast for the mind. I'm Philippe, and I talk to the people who want to have a better understanding of their issues with weight and body image. In this episode, I will talk about dating and more specifically about dating and body image. When we go on a first date, most of us, maybe everyone, we feel insecure or we feel a bit scared about the way we look. Is he going to see that I've got this pimple? Is she going to see that I've got a bigger belly than what I was showing on my profile pictures on this dating app? That's the reality for most of us. Even though we pretend that we're perfectly confident and we're feeling good about ourselves, there is always that, I don't know how I would call that, like the tension, that thing where we've been somehow chatting with someone for a few days or a few weeks sometimes, and the desire or the curiosity has been building up, and there we are. It's Friday and it's 2:00, and I've got this appointment with that guy or with that woman, and now he or she is going to see what I really look like. He's going to hear my voice if we didn't talk over the phone before, and it's scary. It's really scary. Well, first of all, it's scary to meet someone new, because it's not like you're meeting someone coincidentally at Waitrose or in a cafe or in the park, because then there is no reason to be scared. It's like you didn't expect it. But here, the whole idea is that you're going to meet someone with whom you will potentially have a relationship. So it's ambitious, because, being in a relationship, wanting to be in a relationship is something really ambitious. It's important in someone's life, for most people anyway. And I get that. I respect that totally. We don't take it lightly. So we've been trying to show the best of ourselves, trying to be smart, trying to be funny in the chats we've had before we meet. And so it's based on that, and it's based on the pictures that we've put on this app. And there we are. Okay. Oh, he's going to come in the cafe. Now I see him. Am I sitting properly? I mean, can he see my belly if I sit this way? Maybe I should sit that way so that he doesn't see it that much. And when he comes in, should I stand up and, to say hello? Or I don't know, what should I? There is so much stress. And, for men and women, because sometimes I speak, about the woman's point of view, but it's the same for men, of course. We put ourselves under so much pressure, and it's a shame. Because, I get that pressure. I get that we feel like that. I'm not judging that, of course. It would be ridiculous. But let's try and breathe and, enjoy that meeting that person and thinking, okay, I am who I am, and I'm okay with who I am. I'm not perfect. He or she is not perfect either. So let's try and meet properly. Let's try and see if we have things in common, if we share the same values. For me, in fact, values is the number one priority. I think that if you don't share the same values, it's going to be really difficult to move into a relationship and to make it a nice relationship. I think things could get really nasty and toxic quite quickly. So forget about your double chin. Forget about your belly. Forget about maybe the pimple you've got on your face, and engage with that person. Ask yourself, how does it feel being with, in front of her or in front of him? Does she smell nice? How is she or how is he looking at me? Do I like the way he's the things he's doing with his hands, like playing with, whatever is on the table. And do I like his or her sense of humor? And these are be there with all your senses. What you see, what you hear, what you smell. And then eventually at some point, if things go well, maybe not on the first date, but that's, also the touch. Maybe at some point you will takes that person's hand into your hand, and how does it feel? Do I like holding that person's hand into my hand? And instead of wondering what is he thinking of me, or what is she thinking about the way I'm dressed. She seems like she's paid a lot of effort to be dressed in a smart way, and I didn't really think it would be that way. So I'm just wearing my jeans and t-shirt, and forget about that. It's too late. You're not going to run to the restroom and change. She will, or he will probably see it. So. There you are. You're on the date. Enjoy it. Forget about the fact that you may not be good enough. Maybe that person will not like you. Maybe that person will think that will feel uncomfortable because you are very comfortable. You are very comfortable with. You're very chatty and you're very at ease with that. And maybe that person will feel like, well, no, I don't feel comfortable with that person, and it's fair. It's fine. It doesn't always work, but at least you will know because you will have properly connected to that person. Also, when you're on a first date, and even a second one, in fact, don't mention your body or your weight. It's completely useless and somehow counterproductive to say, yeah, I've put on a few kilos lately, but I've restarted going to the gym or to my Pilates class, and the other person doesn't want to hear about that. And in my mind, there is nothing sexier than someone who's authentic and someone who's feeling okay with the way they look and who they are. Not necessarily someone who loves themselves. I mean, I don't think it's about loving yourself, but being okay and thinking, yes, I'm a nice person and this is who I am. Look at me and love me or don't, but then it's fine. I'm not going to change. Because when you're going on a date, you're not going on a date, you're not having a date with a body. You're having a date with someone, with a person, with a human being. And that person has been going through a lot. They've had tough experiences before. They've had relationships which were difficult or even traumatic for some people. It's about, their education, about their life experience, about the things that they like, the things that they don't like, the things that they're interested in, their passions eventually, and it's not about their body. I mean, their body is there, and if it looks okay, if it looks good, well, it's even better. I mean, of course, we need to be attracted, but I think if we just focus on the body, the attraction is not going to last anyway. You can have a date with someone which is really nice looking and feeling, wow, I'm really attracted to that person, but that's not the kind of attraction that lasts for very long. It lasts for a night or for maybe a week or a month in the best case scenario. Whilst if you're showing your personality and you're sharing it and the other person appreciates yours as well, that's the best place to start a relationship, if that's what you want, of course. And this is true with dating at any age. I mean, I know that most of my audience, let's say, for these podcasts are people like me, middle-aged people, and I'm laughing because I don't like these categories. But anyway, that's what it is. And but the reality is the same for the younger generations. It's tough for them as well, especially with the social media. It's like you've got to show the best of yourself all the time, and well, that's not real life. And when you go on a date, that's real life. And when I say, be authentic, be there, it doesn't mean being an open book. It's not like you've got to share especially on the first date, it's not like you've got to share everything you've been through and stuff like that, or everything everything you're feeling during that date and saying, oh, now I'm feeling this, or I'm feeling that. No, that's not, you don't need to be an open book. But being there and being authentic. And this doesn't mean that you shouldn't be seductive. You can still play and you can still, because it's also, there is something playful about a date. I think there should be something playful. It's about teasing eventually the other person. It's about It's not only about sharing very authentic and very serious things. No, that would be so boring. But no, be playful and tease the other person sometimes if you feel like it, or if you feel like you're at the right place for that. You can play some seduction games. There's so many different things. But so yes, to being authentic, yes, to being properly there, yes, to showing something which is close to your real self, but also yes to some seduction, to some play, to some laughter, and because all of this can be really fun, in fact, and can be it can be a nice experience most of the time, anyway.